break in because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
What time is it?
Time for action.
Well, the radio is on.
I've been waiting all day.
It's go time.
That's the big thing today, radio.
Getting restless?
Speak into the microphone, Squid Brain.
Let's start the show.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Freak out. Listen, says she. Freak out. Woohoo! Aw, freak out. Listen, says she. Freak out.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. I don't know about you, but I've been glued to the Diddy truck. No, I haven't. Absolutely not. I heard the phrase that like a freak on or a freak out or a freak show. That's really what it all is it's a freak show. But just moments ago, we got some breaking news, and apparently the jury has reached a partial verdict on the second day of deliberations. And I'm guessing all the counts. See, at 5 counts. Count 1 was racketeering. Count 2 was sex trafficking. Count 3 was transportation for prostitution. 4 was sex trafficking. And 5, transportation of sex prostitution. So there were 5 counts. From what I'm being told, what I'm seeing on the news is that he was found guilty by the jury on 2, 3, 4, and 5. Those counts. That's the sex trafficking and the transportation for prostitution. The first count, racketeering, they couldn't come to terms on. So we don't know. It's a partial verdict. We don't have a definitive answer. But the sources that I'm looking at say that if he were to be convicted on that first count of racketeering, that could be life in prison. So we'll see what happens. I guess both sides are putting together some sort of proposal for the judge in this case, asking the judge to, I guess, put more pressure on the jurors to try to come up with a verdict on all 5 counts. But we'll see what happens. So we'll keep you updated on that, obviously, as we go throughout the evening. And, of course, tomorrow morning on Miami Valley's Morning News, because I know you're going to wake up tomorrow and going, whatever happened? What's up with P. Diddy? That guy? Yeah. What's up with him? That's what you're going to wake up thinking. So that's what we're working on tonight on the show. We've got some email. We've got a follow-up on the story about the kid who fell off the Disney cruise ship. There's an update on that. So we're going to get to that. But first we have, it keeps going. It's the story that won't end.
We have another bear sighting.
They say there are bears here.
The bald-headed killer bear.
Does this mean he's on the loose around here?
He's a big one, ain't he?
We think it's Bigfoot.
They have this little cute bear.
Nobody's scared of bears.
This is an Evening Edge Bear Watch update.
Roar!
So we've been tracking this bear, and I think at this point, I feel like it's the same bear. There was some question early on. Was it the same bear? Is it a couple of bears? I'm no expert. I'm just some guy on the radio, but I think it's the same bear. Now, when we first started hearing about this bear, it was coming up from the south, from like through Clinton County, then went into Greene County, and then there was a sighting in Huber, right sort of close to, I guess, where like Montgomery County, Clark County, Greene County, that whole area. And then he went into Clark County and then Champaign, near Urbana. But now, back in Greene County. It's like he was tracking north and then decided, hey, I'm going to go back to Greene County. And you know who's freaking out about this? Gabrielle Enright. She's talked about this on the show. She lives on a farm in Greene County. And, people were in the newsroom like, oh, the folks in Greene County, they're excited. The bear's back. The bear's back. She's like, not interested. She doesn't want to encounter a bear out on her farm. And I get it 100%. But now I guess there's a couple of videos. I posted this last night, video taken of the bear in Greene County, near Xenia. And WHIO TV just posted another Ring camera video from somewhere in Xenia of the bear. And it looked like the bear may have been inside somebody's garage, checking out all their stuff, maybe looking for a refrigerator full of beer, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, that's where the bear is now. At least the last we've seen, somewhere in Greene County. 937-457-1290. We got some mail.
Knock off the jaw jacket. It's time for mail call.
Master, I have mail for you.
The fan man.
Oh, I'm a big fan of yours.
The mail is here.
Your hate mailbox is full.
If you'd like to send me an email, it's eveningedgetodd@gmail.com. Hey, Todd, what's the deal with people falling off parking garages? I saw that story about the woman who fell from a downtown parking garage and landed on an overhang of flying pizza. How does something like this happen? It happened late at night. Was she drunk? Love your show. Sandy, Riverside. I know what story you're talking about this. I saw this over the weekend. I guess it was late Friday night, Saturday morning. There was a woman who was downtown. She was in the parking garage. Don't know if she was parked there, if she wandered. We don't know all the details on that. But at some point, she looked over the side of the parking garage and fell over. And she fell 10 feet down, landing on the overhang. I don't know if if you would call it an awning, but just some sort of signage, whatever. And she was injured, and the medics had to come, fire had to come in and take care of it. So that's the story. I don't know what caused that. I mean, my first thought was it's late at night. There are bars downtown. Could that have been the case? But who knows? But this is why I never go and look over the side of a parking garage. I park in the parking garage downtown all the time when Mary and I go to the Schuster. I don't go within 5 feet of the ledge. I don't know what's going to happen. And I don't want to get vertigo and fall over, whether it's on the ground or over the edge. I don't know. But yeah, that was a weird story. Somebody falling off the parking garage. But as far as I could tell from the story, they were injured and taken to the hospital. Maybe not with life-threatening. So that's good. That's good. 937-457-1290. Bob in Beavercreek. Hey, Bob.
Hey, Todd, short-time listener. Love your show.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, I was wondering, have you named that bear yet?
Well, when the bear started making its appearance, I pondered that here on the show that we need a name, and people were suggesting Barry. But then I actually saw that someone created a Facebook page for the bear, and he's going by Will Bear. So, so I don't know. It doesn't.
I'd like to name him after the currently reigning Ohio State football champions and just name him Champ.
That's not bad. Yeah. He keeps giving though, right? I mean, people ask all the time, why do we keep talking about the bear? Because bears are native in Ohio. We just haven't seen any in a long time, really, but not around. I mean, we don't get them around here. So when that happens, it's like a big deal.
It is.
I was trying to explain this to somebody the other day. We get planes flying in and out of Wright-Patterson Air Force Base all the time. Nobody cares, right? Nobody cares. Nobody notices it. It just does its thing. If Air Force One one day decided to land in Dayton or fly around Dayton, people would be like, oh my gosh, look at that. That's what the bear is.
Yeah.
That's what the bear
I agree
is.
with that.
Yeah. All right, Bob, I appreciate your call, buddy. Have a good one. That line's open, 937-457-1290. Coming up, we have the next in our new series, Idiots with Fireworks. Stories about idiots with fireworks. It's that time of the year, and the idiots are out in force.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
All right. I know, Ron. I'm so sick of the rain. So sick of the rain. Are you refreshed from your vacation?
I think so.
Deet, 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 deet. Doot, 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 doot.
Residents about the end of temporary protective status, more at 5:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Yeah, I love the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Would either of you guys happen to have a Roman candle in?
What we need is fireworks.
No, we don't.
Fireworks are not toys.
Cool, firecrackers.
It's rigged to blow your fingers off.
They found you running naked with a Roman candle.
Yo, let's blow some That just sounds like a redneck saying, here, hold my beer and watch this.
You better count your fingers afterwards.
You idiot.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Well, it is that time of the year. An unusual number of idiots with fireworks rear their ugly heads during the summer, especially during the week of 4th of July. Well, this is up in Summit County, Springfield Township, Ohio, which is in Summit County. A man there was nearly killed when his homemade fireworks he was making exploded inside his mobile home. Exactly what you want to be doing in a mobile home, making homemade fireworks. Neighbors heard the blast, saw him injured with severe injuries. Firefighters and bomb squad personnel secured and defused additional explosives found at the scene. And he was hospitalized with injuries to his eyes, face, and hand. Police do not believe the devices were intended for malicious purposes, but the incident highlights the dangers of homemade fireworks. Yeah, homemade fireworks, not a good idea. Not a good idea. But people are going to do it anyway. Gina in St. Paris. Hey, Gina.
Hey, Todd. How you doing?
I'm well. What's going on with you?
I wanted to comment on the bear story.
Yes.
Yes. And this is completely off the wall. Like, oh shoot, are you getting feedback?
No, go ahead. Keep talking.
Okay, completely off the wall conspiracy theory.
Oh, a bear conspiracy.
I swear.
Okay.
So for like the past week and a half, when I listen to the radio on my way to work, I hear them talking, and there's a commercial about some new air conditioning company that has a bear.
I know what you're saying, and
You know what I'm
I
saying.
know exactly what you're saying, and I thought the same thing. Now, look, it's not a conspiracy theory, but it's a great idea, right? I mean, that's a great idea.
Why would you not?
Right. If you're a local business and you have a bear as your mascot or whatever it is, you should be all over this, right?
Yeah.
You should be all over taking advantage of this this sort of organic marketing opportunity. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Thank you, Gina. Appreciate
bye.
your call.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up, folks.
T-O.
Double D.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Live from
Unusual happens with breaking news, traffic, or weather during the hour, we'll stop what we're doing and break in because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
And now, with your permission, I'm going to do my stuff.
Could this day get any more fantastic?
Let's get on with it.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Last night on the show, just after 6 o'clock, I had a edgehead send me a picture. She was at a local Goodwill, and she was perusing the items in the coffee mug aisle. And she stumbled upon an Evening Edge with Todd jackpot coffee mug. Somebody, I don't know who, I guess said, I don't want this mug anymore. And donated it to the Goodwill in Huber. And I thought it was hysterical for a couple of reasons. One, the mugs have not been in circulation for very long. Like, we just started giving those away maybe a month or two ago. So in my head, I'm thinking, because I have this need to be liked, I start thinking in my head, who could have donated this? And why did they donate it? And what did I say that pissed them off? What was it that I said that made them decide, you know what, I'm getting rid of this stupid mug and I hate that guy? I don't know if that's the case, right? A lot of people have way too many coffee mugs. So this woman sent the picture. Here it is. And I thought, well, maybe she bought it. It turns out she didn't buy it. And in fact, she was the second edgehead who had observed that mug. I guess the first person who saw it at the back of the rack, hidden, right? And so they moved it to the front. The next person who sent me the picture said, oh, here it is. And they didn't buy it. Well, I got to give a round of applause to Edgehead Leslie. This morning, I guess she ran right out to the Huber Heights or the Huber Heights Goodwill and purchased the mug for a cool 99 cents. So thank you for saving that sad, pathetic mug from the grips of the Goodwill. I hope, Leslie, you and that mug have a lovely, lovely many years together. Many years together. We have a idiot of the week to talk about.
You are a stupid idiot!
Comes from upbringing. Parents are probably idiots too.
Idiot! Imbecile pig!
Wake up, idiot!
Silly dilly dilly, I'm an idiot. Yeah, that's true.
So yesterday we had this crazy heroic story of a family that were on a Disney cruise, and somehow, and we didn't know what the circumstance was, little 5-year-old girl falls overboard on this ship. And you might recall us talking about it, and I have observed, and I'm not the only one, it seems like there's been an awful lot of people going overboard on cruise ships over the last number of years. More than usual, and at least in my head. I feel like that should be maybe one a year. You know what I mean? It's like, how does somebody just accidentally fall off a cruise ship? Turns out since 2009, there have been over 200 people go overboard on a cruise ship. And unfortunately, this little girl was one of them. But then her dad, panicking, as any good parent would, jumps over the side of the ship. I think they were on the fourth story. So that's a bit of a drop. 4 stories into the ocean is a drop. That is serious. So dad jumps off, goes after the daughter. He's able to save her. Alarms are going off. Man overboard, man overboard. They send out their little rescue raft, and they're retrieved after about 20 minutes. I mean, imagine that. I promise you they didn't have life jackets on, right? They just jumped. The girl fell, dad jumped. No life jackets. You just go right in. They treaded water for 20 minutes in the ocean. And finally, the raft got out there and brought him back in. And it was a great story, and it was all over the internet, and it was all over, news. Well, there's more to the story now. According to multiple online reports, witnesses that were on the boat alleged that the child accidentally went overboard after dad placed her on a railing for a photo. So dad, if these stories are true, and there's multiple reports of it, the BBC's reporting it, dad put kid on railing, smile, splash. Dad should have jumped in. If you're responsible for that, you jump in. I mean, it's your kid, you're going to jump in anyways. But really, if you're the idiot that put the kid up on the railing, what are people thinking? What are people thinking? That is just crazy. The chances of falling overboard are low. Cruise lines design their ships with high railings, surveillance systems, and other safety protocols to prevent these accidents. But it can't stop idiots. Nothing is idiot-proof. Nothing. I mean, it happened. I just mentioned it over 200 times since 2009. Over 200 times, somebody has somehow fallen overboard. I don't get it. But it'll be interesting to see if there's footage of this, because I'm sure these ships have security cameras. I mean, there's cameras, and I think the Disney ship is probably one of them. There are systems that have these security cameras that are designed to catch someone falling. Like if they fall, it spots them, an alarm goes off. So we'll see what happens, but that's crazy. 937-457-1290 is the number. Last night I mentioned this documentary that's getting a lot of buzz. It's on Netflix. I guess it's part of a new series called Trainwreck. And the idea is there are these, looks probably about like an hour-long documentary on some sort of train wreck, not a literal train wreck, but something that occurs that's just chaotic and off the charts. Well, this story is about a cruise ship. We were just talking about a cruise ship. It's called the Poop Cruise. And I guess this happened back in 2012, where a Carnival cruise ship died in the water. They were on, they'd sailed from, I think, Texas, somewhere in Texas, to the tip of Mexico. And on the way back, everything died. Everything died. No power. Then there was a fire. And then the plumbing stopped working. And then they were stuck out in the ocean for like 4 days. And it became, to quote our operations program director, Nick Roberts, Lord of the Flies. It really was Lord of the Flies. People started breaking up into tribes. There were fights. There were people stealing lounge chairs from each other. It became like a tent city. There were people it was out of control. You had to poop in a bag. I mean, it was awful. It was just awful. I finally watched it last night. And if you have Netflix, you've got to see this. It's crazy. Did you see it, Parker?
I watched it over the weekend. Yeah.
Can you, I turned to my wife. I said, this is why I'm never going on a cruise. I'm not going to do it. She wants so badly to go on a cruise with me. She went a couple of years ago with her mom and sister and had a great time. And I don't think that something like that's going to happen, right? But there were so many people on the cruise. The opening shots, there were just thousands of people. And no thanks. Just no thanks.
It looks big. It looks like a lot of people, but it doesn't really seem like it when you're on the ship.
What I saw hundreds and hundreds of people around the pool dancing, like taking dancing. What is that? I want to go someplace and chill. I don't want constant party.
Well, there's places on a cruise ship you can chill too.
In your room. And how exciting is that? How exciting is that? Yeah.
I'm with Mary on this one.
All right. Well, then you could go with Mary. Crazy times. But if you haven't seen it, you got to check it out. The Poop Cruise.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Now from the W.
So what's the problem? There's something wrong with the live stream on Facebook and YouTube. What's going on? We're going to have guests in here in a little bit from the city of Beavercreek talking about the big 4th of July extravaganza. All right, I have to do a commercial. I have to record something, so just so you know, I'm recording. This summer, get ready to swap your specs for freedom at Stall Vision when you have custom vision That's not going to work. This summer, get ready to swap your specs for freedom. At Stall Vision, when you have custom vision LASIK before August 31st, you'll save $1,200. And when you donate your old glasses, you'll score a brand new pair of sunglasses. Head to stallvision.com to book your free VIP LASIK exam. Head to stallvision.com to book your free VIP LASIK exam.
Springfield Haitians concerned about the coming end of their temporary protected status. An update at 6. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, let's get back to the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Well, that's what a dud firework sounds like. And I bring this up because tomorrow night, Wednesday, July 2nd, if you live in the city of Dayton, be prepared. The city of Dayton is going to be conducting a fireworks test for the big show Thursday night. So tomorrow night around 10 o'clock, you might hear a couple of fireworks, big kabooms. They're saying, don't panic. It's just a test. It's just a test for Thursday night. And speaking of Thursday night, I'm going to be out at the Salvation Army Kroc Center for their July 3rd block party. It's a safe space for families to come out and celebrate Independence Day. There's going to be free food, a DJ, bounce houses for the kids. You really should have bounce houses for the adults, too. That would be fun. Outdoor games, and, of course, front row seat for the Dayton Fireworks Show. That's the Dayton's Lights and Flight Fireworks that's going to be launched from Kettering Field right across the street from the Kroc Center. So if you're looking for a fun way to kick off your 4th of July holiday, check out the Salvation Army Kroc Center. I'll be there starting just after 7.
One of
am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Bum bum ba da bum ba ba dee ba dum bum bum ba da ba dum bum ba 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 da bum bum.
No news time. Monsoon. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-bum. Scheduled news in less than 15 minutes, and immediately when it breaks, Jason Michaels, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk. Depend on it.
If anything unusual happens with breaking news, traffic, or weather during the hour, we'll stop what we're doing and break in because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Hey, what time is it?
It's showtime!
Look, it's showtime! Am I late?
We were just about to begin without you. It's showtime.
Oh, this will be great.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Showtime.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
And I'm getting really sick of guys named Todd. You know, yeah, it's just a goofy name, okay? Hi, what's your name? Todd. I'm Todd.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is rolling on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Coming up after 6:30, we've got a couple of guests in the studio. Scheduled to appear, Zach and Aaron from the city of Beavercreek, Parks and Recreation and Culture Department. We'll be talking about the Beavercreek 4th of July celebration that WHIO is one of the proud sponsors as we celebrate our 90th anniversary. I'll be in the parade, which we will talk about further detail and all the good stuff and fun stuff that's going to be happening. So that's coming up after 6:30. Also want to mention this Thursday here on the show, my wife Mary will be here. She will be in the studio. She took the day off for the 4th of July holiday. And I said, oh, wait, you're not going to work? She goes, yeah. I said, okay, well, then you can come in and work with me. How about that? So she'll be here as well. We've got, today's Tuesday, and it's Tasty Tuesday.
Why don't you go inside and get yourself a tasty snack?
Want a bite? They're real tasty.
How you get so big that you food of this kind?
It was tasty. Delicious and tasty.
When you're hungry, everything looks tasty.
That was tasty little hors d'oeuvre.
You know, I love talking about food because it's the one thing we can all agree on. We may not agree on politics or religion or sports teams, but my gosh, we all love a good meal, tasty treat, a snack. This story came out today, and this is big. Remember a couple of months ago when there was an egg shortage and the egg riots were going on and people were fighting over eggs? Remember, it was all over the news. You couldn't escape it. Well, I guess we're on the verge of there not being an egg shortage. At least if you go by this story, why Waffle House has announced today that they are going to drop the surcharge on every egg that they sell. So back in February, I remember talking about this. We talked about it quite a bit because of the shortage caused by the bird flu. They were charging 50 cents per egg. 50 cents extra, an egg surcharge. Well, they're dropping that now. So hopefully the other restaurants will drop their surcharges on eggs. I know there weren't like a ton, but there were a handful. And I think they were mostly chains. Though, I mean, I'm sure some local restaurants upcharge their eggs. But Waffle House is dropping that. Maybe others will follow suit. Right now at Buffalo Wild Wings, they've launched their Bottomless Apps deal, offering 2 appetizers for $9.99. You can get options like fried pickles, mozzarella sticks, onion rings, chips and salsa, and the Hatch queso. Bottomless. I would love somebody to test that theory. Like, how long can you stay there and just keep eating fried pickles and mozzarella sticks? 2 hours? Do they kick you out? After 2 hours, 3 hours, 4? Parker, I bet you and your buddies could test this. BW3s is kind of like a place where you would go, right? 100%.
Oh, yeah.
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 You ought to get a couple of friends together and see, and let's put this to the test, right? And you can just sort of, because I know you're not a big eater.
True.
But I'm sure you know some big eaters.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just sort of be the play-by-play guy. And that's what you do, right?
Yeah. True.
You could get your buddies together, go out and say, "Hey, I'm gonna buy you bottomless appetizers."
Well, I'm gonna participate if I.
Well,
if
no,
I'm buying.
you can.
Yeah.
You can. I'm not saying you just sit there and don't eat, but I'm making the point that you can you just see how long you guys can go and eat before they're like, you got to get out of here. Like, go in at noon one day, like on a Saturday. So you've got all afternoon, all evening. They probably close at like 1 or 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
So you got all day to see how long that you can, they'll let you stay.
Well, I'll whip up some buddies and see if I can give this a shot.
All right. Let's see. Wendy's is putting a sizzling spin on its classic spicy chicken sandwich. I love their spicy chicken sandwich. They're putting that what is that? Takis, the chips. The Fuego meal features a scorching, well-seasoned chicken sandwich layered with crushed Takis Fuego chips, chili lime seasoning, corn-based spread, and cheddar cheese sauce. You can also turn up the heat on their hot and crispy fries dusted with zesty chili lime seasoning. That sounds pretty good. Taco Bell's crispy chicken era is officially in full swing. fresh off the viral success of their crispy chicken nuggets. I had those. Those were pretty good. I liked them. The chain is now going bigger, bolder, and straight up crispier with all new crispy chicken tacos, burritos, and strips. So now you can just basically get the crispy chicken nugget and strips in your burritos. That's all that's changing. It's available nationwide for a limited time. I hate that, limited time. And Mountain Dew has just dropped a new limited edition flavor for its summer. For this summer, dragon fruit flavor. It blends citrusy zest with tropical sweetness, and you can only get it at Walmart. And they're available in 20-ounce bottles and 12 packs. If you're into, I know a lot of people around here love the Mountain Dew. Love the Mountain Dew. And still a few days left. I think probably after the holiday, I'm going to take this down. It's on my Facebook page. The 10 finalists for the name of the Evening Edge inspired pizza at Roscoe's Pizza in Corwin. I'm asking people to pick which one they like out of these 10. It's the Todd's Evening Edge Ham and Cheese Frenzy, because this is a ham and cheese based pizza. You can see all the ingredients on my Facebook. The Todd's Evening Edge Ham and Cheese Frenzy, Todd's Evening Edge Hamplosion, Todd's Evening Edge Toddzilla, or the Evening Edge Toddzilla, Todd's Evening Edge Melty Masterpiece, Todd's Evening Edge Gooey Chuckle Pie, Todd's Evening Edge Ham and Cheese Dream, Todd's Evening Edge, boy, I'm just saying Todd's Evening Edge too much. The Edge Ham Buster, the Edgeinator, the Edgehead Pizza, and my personal favorite, though my wife is not a fan, Todd's Evening Edge Pie Hole. But if you got a favorite there, you want to vote, you can go to our Facebook page, my Facebook page, and pick one. Parker, you have a comment? Looked like you had a comment, like you wanted to make some sort of snide remark.
No, I got nothing on that.
Just nothing you want to share.
Nothing I'd like to share. That's right.
You should feel like you can talk on the show. Go ahead and say it.
I know I can talk.
Just say you don't. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. There's the Tasty Tuesday food news.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up, folks.
T-double-D.
H-double-L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
All right, I'll be right back. I have to run to the front door.
protective status comes to an end. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Now, to get back to this show. The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. The live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. One last little bit of Tasty Tuesday. I wanted to mention I had the opportunity this morning to have breakfast at Bistecca, downtown in the Hotel Ardent, which is the brand new hotel right across the street from Victoria Theater. I was down there for a meeting. And if you haven't been there, you got to check it out. First of all, it's just this great old architecture building. From the outside, it looks wonderful. It's been rehabbed and revamped. And they took me after a great breakfast, by the way. They took me on a tour. Got to see the presidential suite, which looks right over downtown Dayton. You see Victoria Theater. It's really a cool place. Right now, I think they're open. They said they're open for breakfast and they're open for dinner. And pretty soon they're going to be open for lunch. And that's going to be a hot destination because it really is right across the street from Victoria. And that's one thing I've always felt like downtown was sort of missing in that area were a good number of restaurants. There were some good ones down there, no question. But I think this is a game changer, and the staff is great. It's just super, super beautiful. So if you get the opportunity, you got to check it out. Bistecca, I think in Italian that means maybe steak. I don't speak Italian, but that's what the Google said. But it is a steakhouse, Italian restaurant, and they just have a lot of great options, and I think it's going to be huge for the city of Dayton. It's a really classy hotel, and we've needed something like that in Dayton for a long time. Coming up after the news here, we've got a couple of folks. They're in the studio already, anxiously waiting. They don't look too nervous. We've got Zach and Aaron. They're from the Parks and Recreations and Culture Department, the city of Beavercreek. And WHIO is celebrating Independence Day in Beavercreek as we celebrate our 90th anniversary. And I reached out to them and I said, hey, I'd like to do this. This is my hometown. This would be fun. So we got it all put together, and we're going to be talking about what will be happening on Friday there in Beavercreek for the 4th of July.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO. News, traffic, or weather during the hour, we'll stop what we're doing and break in because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Don't hesitate to call. You call me. You better call me.
Damn it, get me a phone.
Call me on my radio.
I'm gonna call you.
You got him on the radio?
You won't make a simple phone call?
What is wrong with you? It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And, of course, a few days from now, it is Independence Day. And I'm excited to be not only involved with the Salvation Army and the Kroc Center for Thursday night when the city of Dayton launches their fireworks, but Friday I'm going to be in my hometown of Beavercreek, Ohio, as WHIO is one of the co-sponsors of this year's 4th of July celebration. I'm very excited to be part of that. And in the studio with me is Zach Weick. He's the director of Parks and Recreation and Culture for the city of Beavercreek, along with Erin Harris. She's the assistant park director. Did I get that correct, guys?
You got it right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, just making sure Erin was okay. You can talk. You can talk. So this is very exciting because this is, I think, when did we meet? Did we meet before Christmas last year?
I kind of think it was right around Christmas, right before.
Yes, yeah. So this has been a work in progress all this time. And, a lot of people who have never been involved with big community events, or really big events at all, they don't understand how it is put together. You've got so many working parts and pieces, and you've got to deal with this department, you got to deal with that department, you got to deal with this bozo on the radio, that kind of thing. So this is great. We're just days away, and I'm excited about this. I'm going to be in the parade. Now, I remember going to the Beavercreek 4th of July parade as a kid. And I don't know how long this has been going on, but we're talking, I know, at least 50 years. More, right? Wouldn't you say?
That would predate the city. So we were only incorporated in 1980. So.
Well, I know, but you were still there were still parades, there were still celebrations.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. And in fact, in 1996, I told you guys when we met, I was the Grand Marshal.
Mm-hmm.
That was great.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The photo you even shared was pretty great.
Right. It was me on the back of a 1968 Dodge Dart with 2 servers from Frickers.
There you go.
That's right.
Were you able to locate that car or those servers to be in the parade with you again this year?
I think the cars age better than the servers. That's bad. But no, I was not able to. And I'm still trying to find a car. This has been a saga on the show for the last, number of weeks. We've had a number of people say, hey, yes, I'll do this. And then something goes wrong with their car. Somebody else stepped in and said, hey, I can help out. No, that's not going to work. And then a third person says, no. And then somebody else says, I got this great car. I had a guy call. He's got this great old, 1917 I forget what it was, like Oldsmobile, or I forget what it was. A beautiful, beautiful car, but it would take him 3 hours to drive here because it only goes like 20 miles an hour or whatever it is. So it's like, well, I can't, that's not going to work. So it may just be me on a moped,
bicycle, scooter,
that's
Segway,
that's
horse.
Right. A horse. Now, see if we could get a horse, that might be something.
I don't think we have any other horses, so this might be a winning idea. Is that easier to find than a convertible?
What's that? A horse?
A horse, yeah.
Is a horse a convertible?
I would say so. Yeah. I've never ridden a horse though. I don't know that a parade would be the time to give it a try. You know what I mean?
Fair point.
That would certainly be in the news, if something happened. Right. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. So let's talk about what's going to be going on that day. We've got all kinds of fun family activities. The first thing is really going to be the parade, right?
That's right.
It starts at 6:00 and it goes down Dayton Xenia from, what is it, Meadowbridge?
Meadowbridge, which is where the McDonald's is.
Right, everybody knows where that is.
Yeah, and we'll go down Dayton Xenia Road all the way to the high school.
Yeah. So that'll be cool. And I mean, all those landmarks, West Main and Main Elementary School. I went there, and I went to Beavercreek and the whole. I get it. Everybody knows I'm from Beavercreek. I always talk about it.
Well, we're excited to welcome you back to the parade after a number of years.
Well, thank you. The last time I was in a parade at Beavercreek, it was I was the president of the Beavercreek Alumni Association. And as soon as the car turned because it was the homecoming parade, it turned out of main school, and we went about 20 feet, and some kid threw a rock at the car that I was in.
You're kidding me.
No, it happened. Yeah. I mean, I felt like I was getting shot at or something.
That's terrible.
It was awful. So I'm hoping that nothing like that happens again.
I hope that nothing like that happens this time.
If I can get a convertible, can we have security walk on either side?
Yeah, Zach's going to be your security.
Well, are you willing to sacrifice yourself for me, Zach? Probably not.
I don't know if I'm a member of the Secret Service.
No, probably not. But we'll work something out. So that's going to be now. How many floats or how many people are going to be in the parade?
I think where are we at? We're close to 60.
Yeah, we've got about 55 groups in the parade, but some of those groups have 50 people in them, and some are just a couple cars. So it'll be a nice parade. It usually lasts about an hour if you're planning to come and watch the parade, planning for about 6 to 7 o'clock.
Okay. Now, will there be any floats? Because here's the thing. That's the great thing about parades. Floats are what I think a lot of people want to go see, but people just don't seem to do floats like they used to, right?
Yeah, I don't know if there'll be as many floats as there were in 1996 when you were Grand Marshal before, but there are going to be some floats, and we really appreciate those groups that always put something awesome together.
Right.
We've got a few groups, usually are the Beavercreek Hockey Association, the Girl Scouts, some of our realtors, some of our VFW groups, and Gold Star families. They usually put together some really, really beautiful floats.
What we did, I remember in 1996, I was producing the Kent Voss show. It was an afternoon show, and he was the host. I was just the imaginary producer, but because I was from Beavercreek, and I guess they couldn't find anybody else, they had me be, the Grand Marshal. So I drove on. I was in the back of that car, that '68 Dodge Dart. But then we had a bunch of the listeners of Kent's show on the back of a flatbed tow truck. Yeah, they were standing up there. They had flags, and I think it could have been Sandy's Ruckings, or
could have been.
And they had a bunch of people. So that was pretty cool. But
I always enjoy seeing the band. The Beavercreek High School Marching Band is in it as well, and I feel like that makes the parade.
Yeah, that's always a lot of fun. It's a great tradition for sure. All right, so we do the parade, and after the parade, all the fun and the party starts down at Rotary Park, right?
Yeah.
Now, question: will it be underwater?
Well, it's not Lake Rotary.
Do you need to know how to swim?
As we lovingly call it, but you shouldn't need your floaties or your kayak on Friday.
Thank goodness.
I heard the weather update say it's going to be dry for the next few days.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney had that weather forecast a little while ago, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty good night. Pretty good.
And I'm an
night.
optimist. It's going to be beautiful weather. We're going to have a great day.
Yeah. So once people get down there, there's going to be live music, right?
That's right. Yep. Velvet Crush is our band this year.
Yeah, they've been around for a long time. I know those guys. They do a great job. Bounce houses.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
Yeah. Inflatables, lots of food trucks.
Now, how many bounce houses? I suggest, they always have bounce houses for the kids, but I don't understand why we can't have bounce houses for the adults.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Some adults might be into that.
We were just discussing earlier today the age limits on the bounce houses. So I might have to talk to our children's activities group and see, are there any that we can put for, 18 and up? But We do have to follow the manufacturer's instructions as well.
Well, that's true.
Weight
That's true.
limits.
Well, like at swimming pools, like there's like Adult Swim for like 15 minutes. The whiny little bratty kids have to get out, and then the adults can get in, right?
Well, we're all kid at heart, right?
I suppose. So it's just something to think about. So food trucks. Let's talk about that.
A lot of food trucks, lots of great food.
What are we talking? Do we have a list of the people that are going to be there?
Oh, yeah. We've got 22 different food vendors coming.
22 different food vendors?
22 different food vendors.
Oh, my gosh.
You're going to be able to have a feast.
So whatever you want, pretty much, you're going to be able to get.
That's right. Pretty much. We've got all sorts of drinks. We've got chicken. We've got hot dogs. We've got French fries. We've got donuts, milkshakes, ice cream, shaved ice, popsicles, cotton candy. What do you want? Take your pick.
I know all of it. All of it. Yeah.
I know. I'm getting excited. I'm looking at these menus we brought and I'm trying to pre-plan what I'm going to get.
Right. So we got the live music, we got the food trucks, we got the bounce houses for the kids. And then of course the big finale is the fireworks display.
That's right.
Now, this is being the folks that sponsor this. Give them a shout out, my friend.
The Joshi family is truly incredible. They've been very proud supporters of the city of Beavercreek. This is their 11th year sponsoring the fireworks for our 4th of July celebration. So the Joshi family is very generous and gracious, and we're so glad that they want to partner with us. And really, they want to bring families together. They want to bring the people, the citizens, the residents of Beavercreek together for a celebration, and they really enjoy doing this. So thank you to the Joshi family for your continued support.
So how long, what are we talking? Are we talking 20 minutes, 30 minutes? What are we looking at?
Yeah, it's about a 20-minute show.
Oh, wow. Okay. I remember, I think I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys when we first met, but I remember years and years ago, I think the fireworks were done at Beavercreek High School. And for some reason, I recall one year accidentally, they all went off at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
Have you heard that story?
I don't know that story, but I'm looking forward to hearing from some people and asking some people who've been around a little while.
Now, I will admit, I was only like 5 or 6 when so maybe somebody was pulling my leg, but I remember that and people being like, well, that wasn't but it's because something went wrong. And so, all right.
That's not going to happen either.
No.
Yeah.
I think technology has progressed to the point where that doesn't.
They do have a lot more technology kind of setting them off on a schedule and making sure the timing's right and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that would be quite the short show.
Yeah. But spectacular.
Impressive. Yeah, very spectacular.
But spectacular. All right, we're going to take a little break and we'll come back and we'll recap some of this and then we'll be on with our day, all right?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
What will happen to the Haitian community in Springfield following the forthcoming end of their protective status? Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Come on, back to the show. The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, in the studio with Zach White. He is the Director of Parks and Recreation and Culture of the City of Beavercreek, along with Erin Harris. She's the Assistant Park Director, and we're talking about the Beavercreek 4th of July Independence Day celebration that's going to be happening Friday. And we were just talking about the big parade and everybody that's going to be out there, and then all of the fun at Rotary Park. Why don't you blow through the sponsors real quick there, Zach? Give everybody a shout out.
Yeah, so our big sponsors, thank you to WHIO Radio for sponsoring and partnering with us for
our pleasure.
Event.
Our pleasure.
Yeah, that's great. And then we have the Joshi family, who is truly phenomenal, sponsoring our fireworks show for the 11th year now. And then we also are proud to partner with Beavercreek Township and the Beavercreek Township Park District. Those are our big sponsors. They help out with the sheriff's office and fire support, as well as using some of the land within the park district.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to a big day there in my hometown on Friday, and the parade and everything out at Rotary Park. So Zach and Erin, thanks for coming on the show, and thanks for partnering with us. And hopefully maybe we could do this again next year. We'll see.
We'd love it. We're so excited. We're looking forward to it, and we really appreciate it.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see you all out there. If you're looking for something fun to do for the 4th of July, come on out to Beavercreek. We'd love to have you. Have a terrific Tuesday night. We'll be back tomorrow just after 5. And don't forget, you can get the podcast of the show at eveningedgetodd.com and watch the live stream back on Facebook and YouTube. Have a terrific night, and we'll see you tomorrow here on the Evening Edge.
That's it, we're done.
It's over already?
Yeah, should have been here sooner.
Game over! Sorry, guys, I gotta run, but there will be another show. When?
Sure, I'll be back tomorrow.
Same crap, different day.
At least he's consistent.
Good night, everybody!
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. See ya.